My name is Zach Griffith. I am obsessed with hunting big game on their turf and their terms. When I need motivation to push myself, there's certain guys that I feel raise the bar. You're about to meet each of them. These are my hit list.
Yeah. Booming now.
My next guest on hit list is Towson Jenkins. Towson is just one straight up good dude. He is absolutely lethal with his Hoyt. He can shoot ranges that I literally cannot believe, and he's proven time and time again that he can get it done in the field and on the range. Aside from being a tournament bow shooter, he's also part owner of the bow shop I shoot for, the Front Archery. I call him the bow whisperer because this kid literally can look at my bow and tell something's wrong. I've never been a real tech guy, but I rely on guys like Towson to make sure that all my equipment is running top notch. We call him the GOAT because the kid is like 6'3", he can hike like a goat, he goes on any stock he could possibly see, he's always positive, always happy, and you never see the kid when he's not full smile. When you take a guy that's already an athlete that eats, sleeps, and drinks bow hunting, you get Talson. All right, it's 23 degrees out here in Towson. Apparently, I have to wait for him to come out here. Oh, here he is. Look at that coat. What's cracking? No Rocky today, man. Sorry. No, we're selfie filming this, and then once we get inside, we'll maybe set it down somewhere. Cool. Hey, I got some real fast to show you. I got my bucks. Ooh. I'm bringing some bucks to the office in my Prius. I'm not ashamed. That's my Wasatch buck, and here's my Wyoming buck. These are going into the bow shop that Talson owns, and they're going to put a little summit booth in there. So I got two cool bucks going in.
I haven't even got to see him yet.
Yeah, not many people have.
Look at how pretty he is. Jeez.
Yeah, just a stud.
Dude,
just a pretty
red
buck
on the antlers.
Yeah, we had a lot of fun messing with. We got the velvet strips hanging.
Seriously though,
had a lot of fun with that, and then the other buck's just one from up here on the hill above the.
That's a Wasatch buck.
Yeah, that's one I shot about 10 years ago, 2006.
Jesus, cool. He's got character for days on that one.
Yes, I drive a Prius.
That's okay.
I should lay down, okay.
That's what happens. That's what happens when you get married and have kids.
Look at these boots. So break down the coat real quick, because everyone's wondering.
So this is my great grandpa's coat from back in the day. This is like 35 plus years old. Him and my
that is so cool.
Grandpa went and got them custom made together. This is like what they used to wear to football games and
stuff
like that. It's seriously like the warmest thing you'll ever put on.
Is it, what kind of hide is it?
I think it's sheep.
Just wool.
I think, yeah.
Heavy
like
wool.
I said, I'm not 110% sure, but it's like...
Well, we're all jealous, bro.
It's awesome. I love it.
Rest his soul, man. He left you a great gift.
Yeah, seriously. It's epic.
Okay.
This is straight Wyoming style.
So Talson just got married. So this is the newlywed crib.
Yeah.
I already did your intro, kind of broke down who you are and everything like that, but let's see the pads, see some animals. Wow.
So this
is a trophy room.
So yeah, that's why everything's on the floor downstairs, is we're getting ready to put it all in here and get everything set up. So
dude, look at that whitetail.
that's my whitey I killed in Star Valley.
Holy crap, man.
So that was the first whitetail to ever get shot there. Star Valley is not known for whitetail whatsoever.
We've got a cool acorn on his front. That's like a 150, 145 whitetail.
Yeah, he was like 153, I think, is what his overall net score. That was like the only deer in my life I've ever scored was that whitetail. So yeah, he was a cool buck. One of my all-time favorite deer.
And what's this one?
So this one, I believe, so there's like a collection of everybody's deer. This buck actually came off of the Okers, I believe.
Cool.
Most of these are muzzleloader deers. This one right here is my 2014 buck, this 3-point.
A big heavy.
Dude, he was such a big body.
Sorry guys, my filming sucks.
Just a super, super heavy deer. So that one was one of my other big deer I shot, or like one of the few big deer. I usually, like I said, I never really cared about mule deer, but that one just happened to be at the right place at the right time.
That is a giant.
This one I know is Big Jeff's dad's. So
back in the day.
Back in the day, yeah. That thing's just cool.
Yeah, big boxy. Those eye guards are crazy.
I actually think that they were it was funny because when Jeff tells a story, he says that there was a lot of big bucks kicking around because they had a limited entry rifle tag. and like they're like, all right, they looked at bucks that were about that size or even bigger than that, and like they were driving down the road, they saw that deer, and like, yeah, he's a pretty decent deer, got weak backs, let's move on to the next buck. And as like they turn around to leave, all of a sudden they hear boom, and his dad just leveled him, and he's like, all I wanted was a big tall boxy buck.
It's
a big tall
that
boxy
is a
buck,
big
so
tall
smoked
boxy
it.
buck right there. Those eye guards are unreal.
Yeah, so
It's a big bull.
yeah, so this is the Big Jeff's limited entry bull. That's his monster. He's like, yeah, it's like 340. I'm like,
I think he might be a little bigger. Yeah, because he's got really good mass, tie length. His fronts are unbelievable.
yeah, he's huge.
It's a monster.
He's just the mass on him's unreal.
Well, he's symmetrical too.
Yeah.
Holy crap! Look at those back. I mean, that is like a textbook. Just a big, heavy 6.
Yeah, that's one of the biggest.
Shot him with a Grim Reaper too.
Yep.
Very cool.
Big Jeff's diehard Grim Reaper, man. So this is he looks tiny compared to
Yours could swallow him
the
whole.
monster one over there, yeah. So that's my bull from last year.
What's up, man?
How much? I ended up shooting him at 6 yards last year. It was pretty fun.
He's a beauty though, dude.
Yeah, he's cool.
Very cool.
I shot him the day before we went and shot the antelope and the other deer, so.
Yeah, this was part of the carnage from 2015. Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah, me and Porter's got him hung up last night. He came home with me from Wyoming.
That buck have a, oh, I say it looked like it had a little drop time, but it's.
No, this is Big Jeff's other pride and joy. This is his bear he actually shot here in Utah.
That's a tank.
It wasn't even like a limited entry too. He had like a depredation tag.
He has a harvest
objective, and he ended up shooting this bugger, and it's like, where did his skull go?
21 3/8, and there's a spot and stock.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yep.
Just
I want a spot and stock
monster
bear bad.
So.
Here's a forky. Oh, it's a 3. I say it's a big old fork. Very cool, man.
So yeah, this is the man cave.
All right.
We've just got crap thrown together.
Going to
all
shop?
over in
Yep.
here.
We'll see you guys at the
Yeah,
shop.
we're coming now.
We're coming down.
All right.
It's a little bit up and everywhere right now. We just barely moved it.
No, I know. I figured. I didn't know if you wanted to just meet at the shop or not.
We got a few
Uh-oh.
things to look
Here's
at.
the attack shepherd.
Yeah, we'll walk them up.
Smells fantastic in here. Okay, so this real fast. This is the best meat eater episode ever. Ever.
Like all-time
His
favorite.
muley he shoots on this episode is so awesome.
Yep.
Hey!
Gita, you're fine.
Be nice, you know me. You've sniffed my leg like 1,000 times.
That's the new stupid head.
This a puppy?
That's Kaya.
Kaya. Both girls, huh?
Yeah.
Very cool. How was your Christmas?
Dude, it was awesome. How was yours?
So Towson's 7'1", and probably weighs as much as me. So
this is
thin.
This is where all the fun stuff's at. Is in here
Nice.
right now. Most of
Very
my mounts
cool.
are upstairs. I'll take you upstairs and show you the man cave.
Cool.
We just kind of hang stuff around. This is my goat from last year. This is my baby right here.
This is the one you just shot.
Oh, yeah. This is one I
I
just
posted a
shot
picture of
the
this buck yesterday. Talson just handles this. This is his second buck in Idaho in 1 year. One in velvet, one in late December, and he's just a dark horned, big old thug buck.
other day. Yep.
Very cool.
Mass doesn't like show on pictures. Like
No,
that's
they
the
never
part.
do, and he's got
It's so
dark
hard.
horns, super dark horns.
Yeah, so that's that. This year's buck. My velvet buck had to leave there. He's next up on the list to get.
Oh, he's
mounted,
getting
so.
stuffed. Okay.
Yeah.
You running an EXO 5500?
Yeah, buddy.
Just like me.
That bad boy's hauled out like 9 animals this year.
Yeah, these things with the meat sleeve are just the coolest.
I love that pack.
It really is a good pack, and it's light empty. So like,
Super.
I gotta adjust the camera every time I'm talking to you. You're so tall. I always tell people to buy the 5500 because you can never have enough space, too much space, and the weight is nothing.
Well, yeah, then you can use it as a day pack. All the straps,
Yeah.
you just strap them down,
Buckle
stick
it down.
tight, and use it for anything.
It's a great pack.
Yeah.
You got a new buckskin carbon.
This is the new killer right here.
So this kid is the best bow shooter I've ever seen. That's a 34.
Yep, 34.
Your draw length?
31. I usually crank them down a little bit, get them out to 31 and a half. I really measure out to like 31 3/4. I'm 6'4" with a 6'8" wingspan.
The big old back. So what's your back bar, front bar setup?
15 and 12
Jeez.
is what I run. Yeah, I take a little bit longer shots than most people do, so.
Yeah, but with your draw length and energy, what's your arrow weight?
520 grains on my arrow, 292 feet per second.
Woo!
So She hits hard.
That's smoking.
Yep.
What broadhead do you shoot?
Grave Diggers. I got the Grave Diggers. I used the Grim Reapers this year too in Idaho. I used their new little Hades or Micro 4.
Yeah.
Killer broadhead.
Those are tough looking.
And then I also I shot one of my muleys. In fact, it was my Utah mule deer. I ended up shooting him with what is it called? The 4-blade expandable, the Carnivore from Grim Reapers.
Oh, cool.
Yep.
Very cool. They're a local company. Good people. Now Towson is a fly fishing master. You're a guy.
That's my stuff.
Yeah, he catches fish that, I mean, browns that make you sick. Look at that rig.
So me and my dad mostly, my dad builds custom fly rods and has done it for several years.
Only the best right
So
there.
all this is thread wrapped and custom wood handles, engrave them on the
It's a piece of
lathe.
work. It's art.
So it's pretty fun.
What the hell is that thing? You have guns?
Dude, this is like the only guns I got are for shooting people. Like these are my
Self-defense?
self-defense guns.
I'm showing all the bad guys where you hide your guns. You better move them.
Yeah, no, I literally just set everything in here. I just got back from Wyoming like 1 o'clock in the morning last night.
No, I appreciate it.
So, yeah,
what camo are you rocking? You got a little bit of everything.
So check this out. This was my Idaho setup right here, okay? So I had this Badlands shirt on. I had the First Light, the Chama hoodie. I had this,
I love that.
which is like my all-time
fleece. Yeah, I
favorite
wear that
sweater.
thing nonstop.
And then I had, so Dennis Velasquez let me borrow this.
That camo's legit.
This is his Game Gear jacket, dude. I love it, and it was good. I was like, yeah, let me try it out. So I had all these on, and then this Sitka jacket on top of all this stuff. And
Sitka
I
for
was
days. You got lots of Sitka.
Seriously, like, still, like, I could barely hold my bow back when I drew back at that deer. Like, it was so freaking, like, I just, like, off the Christmas Story. I was bummed up. I could barely move.
Don't fall down.
Yeah, exactly. So, yeah. I got a bunch of Sitka. I won a crap ton up there in Montana at the Total Archery Challenge. They had that little shoot where you shot, I think it was like 74 yards at like a half-inch hole in an Iron Maiden. If you hit it, they gave you like $3,000 worth of Sitka. So
Of course, he hit it.
I won a bunch of it. That was a fun shoot.
So Towson, you're a part-timer in the Guard, National Guard?
I do the National Guard once a month, 2 weeks in the summertime, so go play around.
What do you do in the Guard? Like, what's your...
So we were 12 Charlie, so that was like a rapid deployment bridge that like you throw on the water and you build like for emergencies, getting vehicles across water and land bridges. Then we also had demo teams, so it was fun, dude. Like one time we set off a 140-pound C4 charge, blew a Humvee hood like freaking 400 yards off the range. It was fun.
You have to play with a lot of different things.
But now, so we just switched MOSs, and so I can either go be an 11 Bravo and go learn how to shoot people more, or I can go be an electrician. I'm probably gonna go be an electrician.
Did they have a bow hunter
I wish.
post or position?
I'm trying to let them let me do my weapons qual this time with a bow. I think that'd be rad.
Are they just handgun courses?
No, it's furthest shot's 300 meters, so obviously I won't be able to get out that
I don't have a
far,
pin
but
for that.
150 yards and under, I could still pass.
Yeah,
So,
for
like,
sure you
That's
could.
my thing is like I want to set
You
it
could
up
outshoot guys with
and
an AR.
Shoot friggin' the bow on the qual course. I think it'd be fun and crap.
Very cool.
So
Very cool.
yeah,
So not a rifle hunter at all.
no, So I almost quit hunting because of rifle hunting. Like every year we'd go up, I'm from Wyoming, Star Valley. So every year we'd go up to the Grays River Range District. We'd go up there, my grandpa, my dad, my uncles, his buddy Eric Campbell, like all these guys. We'd go up and have this huge hunting party every morning, opening morning. Everyone would tag out, or that night tag out. So like opening day we had like 9 elk to take care of and quarter up and haul out, and like it got to the point where I was just like, holy freak, this is just too much work. So like
Slaughter.
I almost quit hunting altogether like back in the day. And
It's
then,
just too easy.
yeah, well,
Yeah.
rifle hunting, I had a 7mm. I could shoot that thing 500 yards easy. You just roll up, shoot, boom, down goes a deer, down goes an elk. It was killer gun. But like when I was 17, I picked up the bow. Like for the first time, I picked up a bow. It was my
Oh, so like last year when you were 17? Because you're 18 now?
my girlfriend's dad was left-handed, so it was a left-handed bow. Old Matthews switchback. So I shoot a left-handed bow backwards. I ended up shooting like a little 4-point that year. So I don't have half my antlers. Right before I was getting ready to go on my mission, I had a huge pile from back in the day when I hunted a lot, and this kid we were teaching in Star Valley was actually building like elkhorn rings. Like that's how he's making his money. And I was just like, so where are you getting all your elkhorn antler and stuff like that? And he's like, well, I kind of borrowed some off the Elkhorn Arch, and I was like, dude, are you kidding me? Like,
That thing's
what
classic.
are you thinking?
Yeah, that's like
And
a
so-
national monument.
Yeah, so then I took them every antler I had in my garage. Like, I took them a
Hooked 'em
huge
up.
pile. I was just like, here you go, build away. And so that way he wasn't taking any antlers.
Towson kills, I mean, so much stuff. So what did you do in Wyoming last year? Or no, what Wyoming, Idaho, everything. What was
Wyoming
your
and
tally
Idaho, so
with
I
your
had,
bow?
I had that antelope. I had a mule deer. Long times.
Yeah, just shut off. Sorry, guys.
So
there was about 3 critters this year.
So yeah, I got 4 and 5 last year, so 9 in the past 2 years with the bow. So
Jeez.
It's been pretty fun.
Yeah, he makes it look easy, but the guy shoots lights out. What's your so I call Talson the bow whisperer because really, like, he does just look at my bow and say, hey dude, something's wrong, and I don't even know, because I have no problem admitting that I'm not a bow guy. I'm not an expert. I would rather talk to someone that knows their stuff and trust him, and then I do what I do good and he does what he does. But let me ask you some questions that I had thought in my head. What is the number one thing to check in the field with your bow? Because I notice a lot of guys around here, we wear them on our backpacks.
Yep.
What would you say is a good routine, a good safeguard? You're
So,
a hardcore backcountry guy.
I quit carrying my bow on my back after last year. So last year on the Wasatch, I missed 2 absolute, like, just giant bucks at 80 yards. Shot 4 feet underneath both of them. Couldn't figure out what was wrong. Came off the hill, and I actually had my bow in the backpack, and it was sitting just like that. And I fell my back, and a rock had grabbed my rest and yanked my rest down. And
Okay.
I should have noticed it. And so I didn't, though. And so after that, I was just like, okay, I'm carrying my bow everywhere I go. But nowadays, like you can see on here, I got silver marker.
Oh, yeah.
I actually put silver marker on everything. Like, I put it on my sight. I put it on my blocks.
Just
everything.
reference points.
Yeah, reference points to everything. So anytime, and I actually got it on my risers, too. I do it on my risers, right where my rest lines up and is sitting at.
To see if anything's wiggled
to see
or
if anything's
pivoted.
shifted. Because your most important things you have on your bow is, one is your rest, because if that rest drops a quarter or even an eighth of an inch, you're off a long way.
Yeah, especially at 80 yards.
Yep, and then a sight, I mean, the sight, I'd mark it all, everything on my sight. I'll put little silver marks everywhere, like all my axis blocks, third axis, second axis, everything I can possibly mark, I mark just as reference points, because after I missed that buck, dude, I literally, like, came off the hill and wanted to cry. Like, it was... Martin Shag actually posted a picture of him this year, and he's just... I mean, just a slop 4-point. It was heartbreaking. So
Is he the one with the big backs?
the huge back?
Did that guy kill him?
No, he's
No,
still
it's
alive.
a different one I'm thinking
Still
of.
alive.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you got to mark references because, again, it's if you eyeball your gear, you might not see something. But
Oh,
if
yeah,
you
yeah.
have a reference line, magic marker that shows where 2 things line up, and if it's off, you'll know immediately something's wrong. So that's a huge thing to check on, and a lot of guys like him do that. So you just carry your bow, even if it's a long walk.
Yeah, even if it's a long walk. So that's the nice thing about the stabilizers, is they actually balance out perfect. So when I got my pack on, I'll just set my bow over my back like this, and it'll just sit there and ride just like that.
Yeah.
And I can just walk for
You
days
can burn with it
Yep.
on there.
So I'll just throw it over my back when my arms get tired and burn up the mountain with it. So
What's a key component to long range shooting?
just shooting distance is just practicing. Like so many people, I love a single pin sight and I love the slider system, but I hate like selling it to some people, because a lot of people are like, they'll come in, I'll get it set up, get it dialed in for them, they'll go out and they'll shoot 100 yards, like right off the bat. That's like the first thing they do, and they go, my sight tape's off. And I'm like, how many times have you shot 100 yards? Well, this is the first time I've ever shot in my life. I'm like, okay, when you can stack 4 arrows in there and within a 6-inch group, then come back, we'll adjust it, make the adjustments we need to. But like, that's like the biggest key, is putting time behind the string. Like, we have that killer outdoor range behind our shop, and I shoot it every day in the summer. I'll probably, like, my goal a day is to shoot 250 arrows a day. And so like, I'll, like, after work, before work, I'll go in early, I'll shoot. After work, I'll stay late and shoot. Like, my whole life, everything revolves around bow hunting. So
I said that in the intro. I said this guy eats, sleeps, and drinks it, and then when he's
Literally.
not bow hunting, he's fly fishing.
Yep, fly fishing takes up the rest of my time.
But you can tell he only eats bow hunting. That's why he's so skinny. Just kidding, man. He eats like a truck.
Fastest metabolism.
Yeah,
in
the
world.
kid burns up the hill too. So
Yeah.
very, very cool.
So yeah, this is, everything's kind of thrown together right now. This is my locker. Got all my fletching jigs and everything in here, and all my arrows. Gold Tip always hooks me up with arrows every year. They do awesome. I rock this Kinetic Chaos. throw a bunch of weight.
300 spine.
Yep, throw a bunch of weight in the front of that bad boy.
You cut them kind of short, I noticed.
I do.
Looking at your
I
wrist.
cut them super short.
He has a little bit of an overdraw. I've actually done that too. Shorter, stiffer arrows, right?
I've got,
Better performance.
Like, I've literally done like every arrow combination known to mankind, and the shorter, I found a short, stiff arrow flies super good with a fixed blade broadhead.
Do you have weight up front?
I do.
Do you have a hunting arrow here?
Yeah, I do. Let's see here.
There's your quiver. Yeah, let's see. I like looking at the death sticks.
So this is the one that's set up. This is the one I shot my deer with in Idaho. So it's just, I got the pin knocks on the back. It just makes it so you can never break a stinking arrow ever again. It's so nice. So you don't Robin Hood them. And then I put usually about 80 grains up in the front with a 100 grain. Yep, with a 100 grain tip. And so I usually got 180 riding up front. And then these arrows are pretty heavy to begin with. So they usually end up being about 520 grains.
I'm surprised that spine. I thought you might be a little stiffer than that.
Yeah, no, 300. It's when you cut them down that short and like you put them on the charts, it's actually like super, super stiff for that bow.
Yeah, there's a balance between a shorter arrow and a stiffer spine. And so, again, most of the guys that I know, like Talson and the guys that are really, really into bows and tuning them, they will say always get that arrow as short as possible. It's kind of trippy because when you have an overdraw, you notice your rest is actually behind your hand. And you got a broadhead that's like behind your hand, so you're thinking like, I hope it makes it through.
It's super scary with a fixed blade broadhead.
Yeah, it is.
Because like, you just see that big old gnarly blade
pointing right at your knuckles.
Exactly. Yep.
That's very cool.
No, it's. Like I said, I love bow hunting, and that's kind of been my, like, that's what saved me in hunting, like, all in general. Before I was like, I'm just going to fly fish for the rest of my life. This is much better. And then when I picked up that bow for the first time, it was funny because me and my buddy, we dropped down into a hole, and we get down there, and we literally, like, gnarly, nasty, like, walls everywhere. And we get down there, we kneel down, my buddy's got this hoochie mama. We didn't have a freaking clue what we're doing, dude. We're like 17. He goes, we're just rifle hunters. He hits his hoochie mama, dude, and like 5 elk scream at us, and like all of a sudden they're coming from every direction. Awesome. And I'm like, oh my gosh, like, and so I'm sitting there and I see a bull coming down this hill. I look and there's a bull coming behind me, and then there's another bull coming this way, and like I go to get up, like, because I'm so scared. Like I got elk like within 30 yards of me, and I'm like, they're gonna kill us. I'm like, Brandon, I was like, we gotta go. He's like, sit down, be quiet. I'm like, so I sit down, I'm just sitting there shaking, dude, and this big old friggin' bull stops at like 10 feet from me, and I drew back on him, and I get back and I was shaking so bad, I shoot and whoo, just airball it, and that elk just walks out of there. That's just awesome. All calm, and I was just like, and I was shaking so bad, and after that it was all over. I got the itch so bad, and then then I went out chasing elk. Elk's always been my primary thing. I've shot a ton of bulls. I love elk hunting. It's always been the funnest. And I think it was moving to Utah, I got addicted to mule deer. Like,
oh yeah, sure, the Wasatch Mountains.
Elk hunting here is the hardest elk hunt you'll ever do in your entire life. It sucks. There's not a ton of bulls kicking around. You're hiking in 4 feet of snow. The only good time to chase elk. You can't bugle them. You can't, it's not normal elk hunting to me. And so I picked up the mule deer and I got obsessed with mule deer.
There are some big mule deer.
Yeah, and so now it's mule deer heaven. I've never shot big mule deer except for this year I shot 2 good ones. And I've never cared. Deer are always jerky to me. Like, it's got antlers, shoot it, sweet, on the ground. Like, I shot a deer every year, but it was always just jerky.
You do it because it's fun, man.
Yeah, I love it. But
yeah, I used to get hung up, and I've even said about him, like, why does he shoot little bucks? But dude, he hunts all over the West, so it's not like his Utah deer tag is his whole season. He's just like, oh, I lasered a buck, I'm gonna go kill another one in Idaho now. Like, I love that attitude because, you know, we all hunt for different reasons. And I've just learned to stop analyzing and trying to figure guys out. And just like, dude, he's smiling, he's happy. That's exactly
everybody's got their own method to their madness. Like people that name bucks and go after bucks and like
that's me more.
Live for bucks. Like I don't get it. Like I'm like this Idaho for buck, for example. I went up there with Ryan from Warrior Field Supplements, and we were up there, dude, and we literally probably put like 15 stocks on like different bucks. Like we were literally, it'd be like that stock.
Game on.
Like, game on. Never like okay. Yeah. There was one buck there that I drew back on the first weekend we were there. Probably like 185-inch forward, just a thug nasty deer. And I'm 47 yards from him in the like little junipers. And he saw me right as I got back to my anchor and took off. And like that was the only buck like there that was like the monstrous one we saw. Like I was just like, man, that was a cool deer. And I was like, we should go back. And Ryan's like, nah, let's just go to new spots. And I was like, all right, let's do it. So
Yeah.
we never even went back after him. After we blew that first stock, it was just like, let's just go find some more deer. So it's kind of how I've always been. It's just if I don't find, or if my number one, like, if I guess I don't really have a list or names or anything like that. Like if I see a cool deer or a big buck, like,
It's over.
I'm gonna go try.
You
to
just
kill
like
that
chasing
deer.
them.
Yeah, and like if I can't kill it, it's on to the next big deer. There's big deer for days.
One of the things I've seen, and I've fallen in this trap, is, you know, a lot of guys are so selective trophy hunting with bows that they don't ever kill anything ever.
Yep.
Like I'm talking seasons. So I mean, find a balance for you, but it's not a bad.
I get up on my knees a little bit and look over the edge, and I'm like, there's another 20 or 30 bucks down in the freaking ravine below me, and I'm just like, holy crap, there's deer for days. And then Big Boy steps out, and he dwarfed all the other bucks, and I was just like, all right. But there was a 40-mile-an-hour wind blowing. I had to hold 2 feet off the deer when I shot.
Wow.
I was like 2 feet in front of him and just let it fly, and I just smoked him. Came down right through the spine, right into the chest cavity, dropped instantly. And then I went down there and I put 2 more arrows in him just to make sure he was done. But yeah, I think the more animals you can kill with a bow, the less, like, you still, like, after I got done shooting, dude, it was so funny. Ryan's just like, dude, you gotta get down here, come check this buck out. And I was like, I can't walk. I was like, my legs are shaking so bad.
Yeah, you got cramps.
Like, I get that shake and I get that like that super big adrenaline rush, like right after I shoot him. Like when I watch him drop, like it hits me and like I just start freaking out. But like compared to my first elk shaking so bad to miss, to being able to make a shot like that and just like being perfectly calm and collect through the whole thing, like I think it just comes with just time and actually shooting animals and putting animals on the ground. Like it's tough.
Well, did you hear his reference about the wind? I mean, who holds for wind like that? Most guys just put their bow down and say, I can't make that shot. But do you pull your quiver off when it's windy?
Nope, I leave my quiver on. That's the nice thing about the sidebar is everything balances out perfect
With the quiver. In fact, if you take it off, it's kind of throws
exactly.
you off.
When I take it off, it throws me off. I've actually got this bow set up for target archery right now. I've been shooting
lighter arrows
with it, and it shoots phenomenal. Like that Carbon Defiant's been like my all-time favorite bow.
Me too.
Never shot a better bow, and so it's set up for target, and I shoot it just like that. I won a couple competitions last year when everybody was using like their 30-inch bars and everything like that. I literally had a bow hunter set up just like that, and it works perfect.
So pretty. So pretty.
Yeah, new buckskin's money. It's gorgeous.
Very. Here we are. The home away from home.
Heck yeah, this is the real home.
Yeah.
I spend all my time.
Look at that awesome barnwood wall. This is a cool bow shop, guys. Up here we got all the, you want to show us around?
Yeah, let's go.
I'm going to start showing myself around.
You know, backwards and forwards. This is a little bit messy right now, but this is where all the magic happens. This is where we play with all the bows and set them all up and do what we got to do to them.
Cool, cool, cool.
Really, so. Do all that up here, place that stuff up here, showroom floor.
Wait, what's this room on the left?
This is the newest addition to the shop right here. This is going to be Summit Corner right here.
Got that. That's my Wasatch buck. He's crooked because he'll fit, and then I got another one going in right there. We're gonna hang our shirts, and
Yeah, we don't want to paint them too much.
the S is primer. We're gonna make it orange.
It's going to be sick.
Work in progress.
Slowly but surely. So this is the indoor range at least.
Bad ass.
Big indoor range. We can hold a lot of people in here. We can shoot 35 yards inside pretty easy.
Pretty cool. Upstairs you got banquet tables and
banquets,
parties.
room, party. We do a lot of big parties up there. A lot of company parties actually, and then of course archery tag.
These are barricades. They set them up all over out here, and guys with 40-inch draw lengths having a slight advantage.
His arrows on archery tag hurt so damn bad it feels like someone's punching you in the ribs. They are unreal hard.
People won't let me play with them anymore.
Yeah, it's not
They get
fun.
mad when I play
You're
with
like the tall kid in the neighborhood that always dunks, and everyone's like, "You're not playing anymore."
Right, you're done.
Uh-oh.
This is another addition to the shop. We're building a bunch of strings. We got Ken from Dark Arches down here. building a ton of new strings for us. He builds probably the best out of everyone. I've used every single string in the industry, and he builds like hands down the best string ever made. So
Good for you. That's cool.
So yeah, we got all that in here, stretchers, all that good stuff. So.
And you got 3D Wednesday nights.
3D Wednesday nights, paper league on Thursday nights, and then Monday, Friday, and Saturday we do arch and tag, and so always something going down.
Here's the critters. Let's run out real quick, freeze our butts
Yeah,
off.
let's go check out the outdoor range. That's the funnest part.
Always wanted or always want access to this kind of a range, and this is no exception.
Oh, it's pretty cold.
Yeah, let me throw on mine too. Rocky's with the babies right now, helping out, so running a solo mission. It's so cold. Why don't we all have a sheepskin coat?
I've got so many questions about this since I've been here.
It's awesome, man. It's so cool.
I had a couple literally just stop me. They're like, "How long have you had that coat?" I'm like, "It's like 35 years old." She's like, "Yep, I told you." The husband's like, "We got matching." Like, way back. Yeah, outdoor range. Kind of over snow right now, but we got all the way out to 100. I think the furthest shot I can shoot out here is like 165 is the furthest shot we can shoot.
And if you sneak in when they're not open and you go down there, you can shoot like
Forever.
150, 200. Some major hang time.
Yeah.
It's dangerous though. You got muleys, real deer actually walk through here all the time, through the river bottoms out there. We were actually, me and Rocky were shooting, and doe and two fawns came through there out there by that suicide target. I'm like, oh no.
No, we'll get a couple of them. I need to get some like BB squared or something down here. Have a few bucks drop their antlers.
Yeah. Pretty cool.
So,
well, that's it.
always some good fun going on down here. Always something to do.
Again, guys, it's the Front Archery. It's in Bluffdale. Link below. Check out their website. Get in here, play archery tag. It's a really cool party group event type thing. Help support Talson and his bow hunting addiction. Thanks.
Yes, sir. Red and meth in the building.